Do lah, that one.
When we start,
Manchester United 2, Fulham 1. Sheesh. Salam sejahtera and welcome to JomUnited. We are a Malaysian Manchester United fan channel. Yes, dengan bangannya Buatan Malaysia. Hey, wake up lah. The end is near. Kambing. Kambing is sleeping. But anyway, all right, if you're new to our channel, please do the usual YouTube stuff, like our videos, share our videos, comment below, and don't forget to subscribe, okay? And also don't forget we have a Telegram group, a massive community of Manchester United fans, all right? So check it out. Follow the links in the description below, all right? So today's episode, all right, there's a lot of things for us to talk about, all right? There's pretty much two parts to this episode, all right? So to start off, okay, let's talk about the Manchester United versus Fulham game first, all right? So Kambing is still sleeping, so I'm going to start with all right. The game, Manchester United against Fulham, all right, basically is the typical the game of two halves again, all right? So what's your take on the overall game yesterday?
I think the ending was really good. We put up a good show and good fight. We finally managed to get the late winner. But I think it was game of mixed emotion also because we missed a lot of chances. In the first half, I think Eriksen, after he scored the goal, he also missed one chance. Martial, they were also missing the chances. Fred was awful. Fred was not there, but I think the midfield, the Casemiro, and also, for example, Malaysia was the bad side of the game. We were using Malaysia on the right side because Dalot was not there. So I think there was some good moments, there were some bad moments, but at the end, the result and how we ended and how we put a fight against Fulham until the very end, that's really, really remarkable and really appreciable. And I mean, Garnacho, we're all looking for him to, continue scoring for us, continue assisting for us. We got a new guy. I mean, after the Greenwood, especially me, I was really upset the way Greenwood ended his career. I mean, I had very high hopes with him, but now with Garnacho, I think he's really producing 18-year-old right now. So I think there was a good ending to the game.
Hey, Kambing is still sleeping, but anyway,
I think Kambing is still sleeping.
Let's not disturb Kambing first. All right. So, okay, the squad depth. We need to talk about the squad depth, right? Because yesterday, right, you can clearly see the imbalances in the left-hand side and also the right-hand side. Also, given that our bench, right, if you notice, there was actually two goalkeepers in our bench yesterday. So we were pretty much thin. And then I think Erik Ten Hag didn't have much of a choice here to actually play certain personnel in positions whereby they are comfortable. We're talking about Malaysia playing on the right back position, and also second half Bruno Fernandes moving to the right wing position. So do you think that this situation actually impact the way that we actually want to perform, and also, of course, obviously the outcome of it yesterday?
Yeah, I think before the match, I think the pre-match interview, Erik Ten Hag also said like why he is putting two goalkeepers, because he said I don't have any option. I don't have any players who are available I can put. So he has no choice. We cannot blame the manager like why he's putting two goalkeepers in the bench of 8, because Antony is out. Sancho, we don't know it's he is ill or he's not in the right attitude. When Bissaka, we have been watching like him training, and then there were some pictures of him in Carrington training, but he's not in the squad. Antony is also out. Goat is still sleeping. So there are many people that they are not in the squad. So he has no choice. But talking about Bruno playing on the right side, I think we have seen in the last few weeks also in Europa also and also in the league. I think Erik Ten Hag is also experimenting playing Bruno Fernandes on the right side. Even when Ronaldo was playing, I think 2 weeks ago. So he put Ronaldo on the top and he put Rashford as a number 10, and then he was using Bruno Fernandes on the right side. So I think they are experimenting, but I don't think Bruno's best position is to play on the right side. On the right side, I know he can cross good balls, but I think better he play in the middle and then he attack as a number 10.
Now we got another one. Another one sleeping, waiting for the juicy part. I think they are bored with this conversation. But okay, another thing I gotta ask you. Okay, Pija, I'm gonna ask you, since you're awake, Pija, Natani, all right. We spoke about the imbalances in our left-hand side, the squad depth and whatnot. Okay, so what's your take on Erik Ten Hag, all right? Bruno Fernandes, just to add on to Bruno Fernandes, right? He was actually performing in the midfield, all right? And then moving him into the right-hand side, and that actually cost us the goal yesterday. So apa pendapat you tentang Erik Ten Hag's decision to move players around during games?
Itu yang one maybe kata one of the thing we don't understand the decision why he is playing that Malaysia on the right side, and then Malaysia pun macam nampaklah dia confused tau. It's not something that position yang dia tak familiar. Dan bila dia main belakang kanan tu dia banyak memang dia all over the place tau. I'm not sure what happens with Wan-Bissaka, and like some of our fans said that we shouldn't, if Erik ten Hag doesn't believe in Wan-Bissaka, we shouldn't have loaned out that youngsters called Ethan Late
Ethan Late.
Ethan Late, yeah. That one baffled me lah. But then memang macam cakap lah, that decision playing Malaysia on the right side tu doesn't help lah. It doesn't provide anything tau. He doesn't good in terms of defending. It doesn't help on the attacking side. So benda tu lah yang menyebabkan I macam yalah, luckily we got that goal lah, that last minute goal by Garnacho tu je lah.
Pijal, but the thing is, alright, kalau kita tak main Tyrell Malaysia kat sebelah right back, right, the other option is Victor Lindelof right back and centre back Harry Maguire. So apa pendapat you? Less of the two evils lah.
Yeah, the lesser of the evil. Tapi yelah, but if you ask me, I would rather have people yang memang pernah main kat belah kanan tau. I think if you ask me lah, personally lah, just let Maguire play lah tau. Because of we know, even though we like to kecam him, but we know he still has that little bit tau, kata secubit quality yang mungkin boleh membantu defensive side, ataupun mungkin Lindelof might be more comfortable on the right back position macam tu kan. Tu je lah.
But in a way, I rasa macam, okay, we can actually see yesterday Martinez was actually struggling when Daniel James actually came in. Alright, let's talk about our two former teammates, Daniel James and also Andreas Pereira yang kaki bangku. Alright, videos. Yes,
Andreas Pereira, you yang kena cakap. Let you talk about Andreas Pereira.
This is a Manchester United fan channel. Andreas Pereira, I think he did a good job lah. Right? Obviously, he don't like the color red lah. He has to play in white lah. So yes, good job to him and also to Daniel James and whatnot lah for creating havoc in our midfield, and also towards the end of the second half and whatnot. It was very very nervy lah. All right. So okay, we move on to the more interesting topic. Let's talk about our front three. All right, yesterday. Anthony Martial, we got to talk about Anthony Martial. I'm going to pass this to Syed lah, all right? Syed, I know last time you had a bit of issues with Anthony Martial, calling him glass. You wanted to pack his bag and whatnot. Do you see a difference when Martial plays in the number 9 position? And bear in mind, he completed 70 minutes without getting any form of injury yesterday, all right? So what's your take, Syed?
So I think as long as he can stay himself fit, I think he's a good option. But he's not the final answer for our attack. I mean, we should all admit. I know like you love Martial. There are a lot of Martial FC there, but I think Martial is not the final answer of who should be the main number 9 for the club for the next 4 years or 5 years. I mean, for now, for 1 year, for 2 years, a good option. If he can improve, may long it continue, and then he can continue his career with Manchester United. But I think seeing from the previous history of Martial, how he has progressed, it's an up and down. Sometimes he can be a very good striker, very clinical, and sometimes he can be, like very hiding in the pitch. But now he's not hiding anymore. But I think with Erik ten Hag, I think he has also revived his gameplay. Now he's involved more. He's not shy with the ball. He's coming up. He's taking the chances. He's assisting he's assisting. He's making the goals. He's making the through balls as well. But I think, I mean, it's not like me or what we want to do with the Martial. But I think Erik ten Hag himself is the biggest Martial FC. Like during the interview, he also said he really likes him, the way he plays. This is his type of player. He said like as long as he can keep himself fit, except for his availability, this is the type of player he wants to be in the squad. So I think after the World Cup, because now there is no World Cup for Martial, he will be staying at home watching the France team from the TV. So from there, I think he have more chance to train more, to get in shape more, to have more ready for the match. So I think after the break he can be useful. But we need a striker. And anyway, Ronaldo stays, Ronaldo goes. Martial stays, Martial goes. We need a striker.
Okay, just to add on the striker situation, all right, regardless of what I mean, Anthony Martial, whatnot, important player for us and whatnot. But then let's talk about the finishing, the clinical abilities of all our forward players yesterday. Okay, if they finished their chances yesterday easily, first half we would have been up like 4-0 and whatnot, right? Not only our forwards, even Eriksen also had a chance to actually get a second goal and whatnot. So Pijal, so what's your take on our ability to finish goals. The chances are definitely there. It's just that we don't finish them, and then end up we get pressure from the opponent, and then we play on the back foot. So what's your take on that, Pija?
Yeah, that's one of the things yang that's been lacking lah. Last season we keep on saying last season kita tak ada chances created. This season chances created more but no clinical finishing. So maybe there's something macam like what Syed said lah. We need a striker that can finish. Out. We already have a striker that can finish, but he doesn't want to play.
Injured Martial better than okay. Anyway, all right. Sorry.
See, yang betul lah kata. Memang we need that striker. Then hopefully, I don't know lah. Rashford is showing some sign that he can finish. He can finish some of the chances. But then, tak tahu lah. I'm worried about the. But I'm not worried about the finishing. I'm much more worried about the chances that hopefully gonna long make it continue until the end of the season. I just want chances. Because when you create chances, there's a if given 10 chances, at least 1 or 2 chances going to convert. Tu je. I believe
but the main thing I think we united now, because since we are rebuilding and whatnot, right? The confidence level is still not there yet. So I think it's important that, especially in the first half, early on, all right, the sooner we get more goals, the better for us to actually build up from there. Like we can actually see yesterday when we missed the chances, second half, we were like, the midfield, basically, right? Fulham was actually dominating us in the second half, like literally dominating us. We were playing on the back foot. We were jittery. We were nervous and whatnot. And that shouldn't be if we are Manchester United. All right. So I think pretty much we covered everything in the first half of this episode. Okay. The nice, juicy parts. All right. So let's go into the boring conversation now. All right. Hey, Pijal, you ring your alarm lah. Set your alarm, your timer lah.
Alarm.
The timer punya alarm tu
Okay, 1, 2, 3. Sweet. Bangun dah.
Okay. Also we have the other guys joining us for the second part of the video. All right, let's start with the end is near Kambing 7 lah. All right, how are you, brother? I haven't seen you for quite a bit. I wanted to literally drag this episode. Hey, let's drag this episode 1 hour. Let's see how long you can actually hold this sleeping position lah. You think you're Ronaldo, brother?
Okay.
I think this is the protest from the number 1 fan from Ronaldo. This is the protest from.
Now the end is near. So in states, my friends, he said it clear. He doesn't want to play for us in the future. So yeah, let's get into it, guys.
Bro, worried. We all get copyright lah. Worried we cannot copyright.
It's okay. Yeah.
Okay, but anyway, all right. Okay, I think everyone, I think we are waiting for this. All right, we want to discuss about the Ronaldo expose. All right, with Piers Morgan. Of all people, he came out to have an interview with. He actually did it with Piers Morgan. I don't know why. All right. So let's not waste any more time. Let's run through his comments one by one. All right. Okay, the first thing. All right, because again, this is just snippets of the actual interview, which will be released, I think, in Wednesday and Thursday, right? So the sequence of it and whatnot, we are not very sure. But obviously, Piers Morgan is going to milk everything right now. He's going to go with all those kind of bombastic stuff to get more views and whatnot, right? So I took out whatever points that I can find, all right? So again, I don't know the sequence of it, so I'm just going to go with the flow, right? The first thing, number 1, I followed my heart, he says, simply tapping his chest. Sir Alex Ferguson said to me, it's impossible for you to come to Manchester City. And I said, okay, boss. All right, let's start with this. All right, let's start with this statement. Let's start with Kambing lah. All right, Kambing. So what's your take on this? I would say the sunny side of things lah.
Sunny side of things. Well, okay. No, let's put our emotions aside also for this one. Let's be a bit sensible, because I try not to say that Syed is right in this time, but I think we have been lambasting Syed over the past few months because of the Ronaldo issue, and finally proved him right now. Okay, let's put it this way, guys. Whatever that Ronaldo has said, when the full interview is not out yet. Whatever Ronaldo has said, there is truth to it, lah. The club is in shambles. The way it's run, it's way left. It's left behind, but the thing that annoys me the most that he went after the manager, a manager that if you want, and he said like, oh, he doesn't show me respect, and I don't respect him. I mean, like, you know what the worst part is? I got his jersey only last week, and it's the players edition. It's 600 over ringgit. I'll never get back. So the end is near for Ronaldo. It's the final nail in the coffin. If I really want to see the sunny side of things here, I don't see it. I won't see it tarnished because his legacy has already been set in stone, but it's a sad end to what has been a glittering career and probably the best United player I've ever seen. I'm very disappointed and very sad. I'll probably go on a rant later on, but I just want to hear from what the other guys think about this. And sorry, Sai, that I've been abusing you on our especially on our WhatsApp. Not agreeing with you a certain way. Not me. Other people was abusing you, not me. But on the side, said that what is what talking about? Sadly, you proved me right.
But it's not as bad as having a Maguire jersey, lah. That's one of them. All right. All right, the next statement. He was shocked by the lack of improvements to the training facilities, from the pool and the gym to the kitchen, nutrition and diet, and in technology. The progress was zero, Ronaldo said. Since Sir Alex left, I saw no evolution in the club. Nothing had changed. Okay, so Syed, what's your take on that? So do you think somehow, right, he's trying to at least inform us fans of what is actually going on behind the scenes?
I don't think he needs to inform us. We all already know. Ralf Rangnick already exposed the club. Ralf Rangnick already talked about the training facilities, the recruitment process, the higher management, the corporate side of the club, the marketing side of the club. He already exposed the club. When Erik ten Hag joined the club, he also exposed the club in a way. He also doing all the reforms. He also doing all the rebuilds. So there is no point for an individual team player like a squad member. I will say Ronaldo is a squad member, so there is no need for a squad member to go and talk with any other news channel and talk about what's going on in the club. That's the manager part, and the manager is already doing. I mean, like with Ole Gunnar Solskjaer, everything was happy. He was just trying to give the positive vibes, like everything is okay, everything is fine. But when Ralf Rangnick came in, he already exposed Erik ten Hag. I'm sure he's already aware of it. There is nothing is hidden from the fans. Fans all around the world, even in UK, outside UK, we all know what's the status of the club. But I think still I would support Ronaldo in a way, the way he's saying, because I think he's also hurt in a way because the time he left United and the state of the club right now, he must have feel like he was expecting something change. He went to Madrid, he went to Juventus, and then he come back to United. He must have seen the development in those clubs which is not happening in Manchester United. So I think if he's pointing out, I mean, I will be just neutral. It's not like something we don't know anything, and we are thankful to Ronaldo to share to us. But it's still like if he's hurt, it's his sentiments which he want to share. But he should have just stick to that part. He can just say anything to Glazers, but what other things he has said, that should have not happened.
Okay, the next statement. I think the fans should know the truth. I want the best for the club. This is why I came to Manchester United. But you have some things inside that don't help us reach the top level at City, Liverpool, and even now Arsenal. Okay, so Jai, berdasarkan dia punya input tu, you rasa ini memang suka kontroversi ni lah. Maybe inilah cara Ronaldo dia nak cuba membuat perubahan kat Manchester United. So apa pendapat you, Jai?
Ronaldo, dia saya nak cakap, dia ni sebenarnya kalau kita boleh tengok untuk player-player muda, dia punya pendapat tu memang sangat penting tau. Sebab dia idola untuk semua fan ke, player muda ke, siapa-siapa pun dekat luar sana lah, dekat world lah. So kita rasa apa yang dia cuba nak bagi pun, I pun tak faham sebenarnya. Sebab apa yang cuba dia nak bagi tahu dekat kita, dekat fan ke, dekat board ke, dekat Erik ten Hag ke, I tak tahu apa motif sebenarnya dia buat statement macam tu semua. Maksud dia wawancara tu lah. Apa motif dia sebenarnya? Kita sebab setiap benda dia ni god lah. So kambing lah, dia kambing. So dia punya pendapat tu memang sangat penting untuk semua orang tau. So apa benda yang negatif ke positif daripada dia adalah salah satu benda yang apa yang kita nampak bagus untuk kita ke ataupun bagus untuk diri dia. Kita kena faham dekat sini apa yang cuba dia nak sampaikan sebenarnya. Apa yang cuba dia nak sampaikan sekarang ni. Sebab kita tahu atau dia nak mempromosikan diri dia untuk keluar daripada United, apa sebenarnya point dia sebenarnya. Arsenal bukan salah satu tim yang dia boleh letakkan bagus dekat dalam sekarang ni. Dia pun baru develop dia punya tim. Apa sebenarnya motif dia ni? Ronaldo ni apa sebenarnya motif dia? Kau nak keluar ke kau nak duduk stay kat United ke? Sebab kita boleh nampak ada dia boleh membahagikan fan yang gilakan Ronaldo, yang fan yang tak suka Ronaldo walaupun dia United. Dia memecah belahkan tau. Memecah belahkan apa yang ada dekat dalam wawancara dia semalam. So for me sebagai pemain yang bagus dekat world, dia tak boleh bagi pendapat dekat luar. Dia kena bagi pendapat kat dalam. Dia kena bagi tahu kat Erik ten Hag ke. Sebab kita nampak Erik ten Hag masih cover dia sebelum ni. Kita boleh nampak Erik ten Hag masih cover dia. So kau nak keluar, kau keluar lah. Kau tak payah nak buat benda yang something macam ni. Boleh memberikan tanda tanya pada diri kita as a fan, pada pemain-pemain muda, as a pemain muda. Kita tengah struggle game semalam and then keluar wawancara macam ni. It's not good for the team. For the team, it's not good. Tambahan lagi yang bercakap tu Cristiano Ronaldo. World player. For me memang disappoint lah, mengecewakan lah.
Okay, move on to the next statement. All right, before he went into the juicy stuff, he mentioned, as Picasso said, you have to destroy it to rebuild it. Every act of creation is the first act of destruction, blah, blah, blah. And if you start with me, fine, it's not a problem. Okay, so the next thing he actually mentioned, he felt betrayed by Manchester United because he's been made a black sheep and blamed for everything that has gone wrong at the club. All right, Mark, what's your take on this? Do you actually see is he talking about the club or is he talking about the fans and social media? Because I don't see the club actually doing such an act. So is he trying to say that the fans are actually attacking him?
Well, I mean, that's the problem, right? And it's also just a snippet lah. So I will reserve my full comments until after I've watched the entire clip lah. But like you said, saying that, right? I mean, I think we all know as well. So lah, don't need to go so far UK lah. Every week in, week out, you look at our Telegram group, you look at our own internal WhatsApp group, you see how everything also is Ronaldo's fault. I think to that extent, he's right to some extent lah, right? He's always the black sheep. Ronaldo play, also his problem. If he don't play, also his problem, right? But I definitely agree with what Jai had to say. What is his motive? What does he gain out of this? Because you say money, please lah, the brother has so much money lah. He doesn't need an extra 10 million lah. An extra 10 million is not going to make any difference to him lah, right? So what does this? What's the whole point of this? I honestly think I also don't know lah. That's the biggest problem lah. But about the destruction and everything and all, like what Jai said lah, we are in a rebuilding phase as a team, as a club. The last thing we need, right, is for all this type of nonsense to happen as well. So lah, he talked about what Picasso, what some destruction lah, what starts with him lah, what is supposed to start with him. I don't understand. Right, if he really truly cared for the club, right, he would have just retired, left, and then do the interview. Not while he's still a player, like what Syed said. I agree with Syed as well. Not while you're a player, right? You go and do this stuff, expose and all. What do you gain out of doing all these things? Except for more publicity. And now become amateur publicity. And then like what he said, yeah, some things he said in the snippets, it makes sense. And then some things so contradictory, right? Then you say things like, oh, the manager doesn't respect me, so I don't want to respect him. And then you say, then I get blamed for everything. Hey, brother, if your attitude is so shit like that, then how you want to blame?
You also have to say like everything.
Yeah.
You have to say like.
Yeah, that's why everything also you want to say. Everything also is like that you correct. Okay, maybe of 10 things he say, maybe 5 things is correct. Maybe it's true. But because you can bullshit your way through the other 5 things as well, you become the boy who cried wolf already.
Yes.
Right?
Exactly.
I want to help you also. I cannot help you. Not that I'm a big Ronaldo fan or anything. I think a lot of that, you all know also that I am a no-player FC. I am a United FC. Right? The club always comes first. I don't care. I don't care if Ronaldo or who, what. You go lah. The club has been there for the past 100 years. The club will be there for the next 100 years without you as well. Right? So, again, like what Jai said is very important. What is his motive? I really don't know. So we have to watch the full video. Once we watch the full video, then perhaps we can understand better lah. But if you ask me whether it's for the money or fame, I think he has more than enough fame. He has more than enough money already. He doesn't need any of these two really.
Okay, Said, I think you got to leave. Also before, all right, so maybe let's just add on a bit to the motive. Do you think that what he's doing this is out of ego or out of the love for Manchester United?
Well, is this well, he's doing it for himself basically.
Said,
Ronaldo is Ronaldo at the end of the day. As much as we love Ronaldo. Sorry, is this for Said? Sorry for me.
Sorry, replying Said. Are you there, Said? Because you're leaving. Said is Ganacho today. Okay, don't lie. Said.
Patutlah suara orang lain.
Return.
I don't think he needs more fame just only from one interview with Piers Morgan, or he needs money or attention. I think he's in a state of denial for a long time because when he left Madrid, he joined Juventus. He still thinks he's the best player in the world, which he's not. So I think he himself, he cannot digest the truth that he's not a great player anymore. And this is making him disturbed, and this is making him, saying all those crap things on the interviews, doing all those things like not coming up from the bench, not joining the team from the in the summer camp for preseason. So all those things, it's all about, I think, the grudge or the non-acceptance of the reality, which is he's not a great player anymore. He still thinks he's the best. He still thinks that every player should pass the ball to him. He always thinks he should be the limelight. He thinks he should be the man of the match for every game. He wants to win all the trophies. I think he's very well obsessed of winning and obsessed of getting all the attention from the fans, from the club, from the whole media. So I think when you reach to a state, then you become a negative. So I think now it is becoming a negative side of Ronaldo, where he's saying all those things which he should not say. But I think one thing I just want to say, like from this interview, there are some good things where he talked about the state of the club. But he talked like Manchester City wanted to sign him, but because of Sir Alex Ferguson, he joined United, right? So Sir Alex Ferguson convinced him to join United. But why on first place he was even talking to Manchester City? He says that he loves Manchester United, but why he was even talking? Why there is even a news about Manchester City wants to sign Ronaldo, and Ronaldo was going to City, and Sir Alex Ferguson last moment he pulled it to United. I mean, it should, if he really loves United, it should be okay. Manchester City approached me, but I already said like 2 words, like, okay, I don't want to join you because I'm a through and through Manchester United fan. But why there is a news, and why there is even himself is saying I was close to join United, and then Sir Alex Ferguson convinced me to join. So why he was even talking to Manchester City? So I think I don't think he really loves the club. He used to love the club, but I think he loves himself more than anybody, which is also fair for him. I mean, it's up to him, because everybody loves himself, right? If I'm working in a company, if next company gives me a good option, then I will definitely go there. So everybody has a right to choose their club, right? But he should not say that I really love fans, I really love the club. If you really love them, then you should realize that what is your state right now. You should help the club in any way. If manager is asking you to come in the 89 minute or 87 minute, you should come. If manager is not picking you, there is a reason for it. There's a benefit for the club and for the team. So I think he's just in a denial where he's not accepting the fact that he's not a great player anymore.
Okay, Said, thanks for joining us. Have a good dinner.
Yeah.
Have a good dinner.
I gotta leave, but I will keep.
All right.
Cheers,
Bye, guys. Bye.
Dia no message.
The next comment. All right. This is all lined up actually. It's not planned, but it's all lined up nicely. All right. I'm going to move to Pijal. All right, Pijal. This the next statement. All right. Firstly, when we talk about Ole Gunnar Solskjaer, from what we gathered so far, he didn't mention anything. He got all the respect in the world for Solskjaer, right? For whatever reason, all right? Mesmerized by his smile or whatever it is, all right? Second manager, interim manager, Ralph Rangnick, all right? If you're not even a coach, how are you going to be the boss of Manchester United? I've never even heard of him, all right? So what's your take on that? His input of Ralph Rangnick.
This apa yang Ronaldo cakap tu echo a bit when we remember last time me, you and Doc is the same conversation that when we talk about Ralph Rangnick. His job during the interim tu supposed to be the coach or be assistant manager for the club, but he doing the sporting directors punya job dekat position yang salah. So tu yang kata memang I agree on that part, but di mana mengatakan kita dah set Ole, And there's the two item. If you want to sack Ole, go get a proper manager or go get the proper coach terus. Tak payah nak fikir nak kena panggil sporting director, be interim, tengok balik apa masalah dalam dressing room. Tak perlu tu. Benda tu tak perlu. Just a waste of time. Go get the proper manager. 6 months tu memang dah kira gone. Tak apa. Let that new manager memang develop terus. Daripada bulan 11 sampai bulan 6. Dan next season baru kita buat balik. Tapi dia dah panggil sporting director. Dia dah panggil Raf Ragnik. And then memang, orang kata lah sporting director. He is a sporting director yang boleh do all this checkbox punya style, tapi in order nak teach people how to play football, how to score a goal, how to think about the formation, benda-benda semua tu dia tak layak. So that's why I've been saying that since the interim manager, memang dia bukannya coach yang memang orang kata, yalah people give credit for Raf Ragnik, kan. I pun tak faham benda tu. Now sekarang pun dia dah tak ada dalam club. So that's why dia macam memang kata betul lah tu. Raf Ragnik.
Okay, so Pija, so based on the two managers that Ronaldo has worked with so far when he returned to Manchester United, Ole Gunnar Solskjaer, Ralf Rangnick, you agree lah, alright? The next one, I want to ask you, Erik ten Hag, alright, this is what he mentioned about Erik ten Hag. I don't have respect for him because he doesn't show respect for me. If you don't have respect for me, I'm never going to respect you. So what's your take on that? And mind you, right, he was actually made captain in the Europa game. He was actually wearing the captain armband. So wearing the captain armband, right, for me is one of the utmost respect you can actually give a particular player. So yeah.
The one I think Aston Villa yang jadi captain masa Aston Villa sebenarnya.
Oh, Aston Villa, sorry.
Aston Villa ya.
Gila, kalah Aston Villa.
Ya, siapa dong?
Pija, continue.
Apa dia? Oh, itu. Dia macam bila kata disrespectful tu memang nak kata macam mak kata lah, mak ke Jai kata tadi. Erik ten Hag dah show some respect in terms of masa awal season, dia pre-season tak datang. Kan? Mungkinlah dia ada personal reason semua. Then Erik ten Hag cover. Then after that masa during ingat tak remember masa pre-season tu Ronaldo balik awal lepas dia dapat 45 minutes masa first game of the season kan. And then Erik ten Hag cover balik mengatakan bukan dia seorang saja balik awal, ada lagi player-player lain. Memang dia orang kata konon dapat keizinan. Tahu. And then later on when it comes to Spurs punya game suddenly dia balik awal, then there's a bit of truth mengatakan bahawa sebenarnya Ronaldo balik ni pun sebenarnya Erik ten Hag tak approve tapi dia dah backup. Tahu. So kalau katakan Erik ten Hag tak respect Ronaldo langsung, dia memang takkan main langsung untuk klub ni sejak daripada awal season dulu. Bila mana dia dah decide untuk tak datang pre-season, bila dia dah decide balik awal pada awal season dulu, memang dia dah tak boleh main dah. But then Erik ten Hag dah bagi dia banyak kali peluang. Bagi main masa first game of the season, second of the season mungkin because of the Martial injured, and then dah bagi dia main masa kat Europa League, and then bagi dia macam kata dah bagi dia jadi captain tau. Itu bukan senang-senang, bukan kaleng-kaleng orang boleh pakai. Walaupun Maguire pakai sekarang kan, tapi still it's a show respect lah. Remember had to list the list of players yang jadi captain kita tau. Roy Keane, kita ada Rooney, kita ada Steve Bruce, kita ada Peter Schmeichel pernah pakai, David De Gea pun pernah pakai dulu. So the list of people yang dah pakai Man United punya captain ni memang orang kata everyone tu memang most respected by the people in the club. Then suddenly bila Erik ten Hag dah bagi captain, dia pula anggap dah tak respect dia kan. You tak perform inside the club, then you tak main, then what you have to do, you have to accept the fact lah. Tu je lah.
Okay, and then just to there's one more statement he actually made lah for missing the pre-season. It was because I think his 3-month-old daughter was hospitalized in July lah. So in that case, I think
Ayalah, betul lah. Tapi in terms of the personal reason tu, then mungkin lah kita tak ni. Tapi there's also other part of you yang mana walaupun you tak datang pre-season, you have to make sure that you fit tau. So there's a reason kenapa orang tak main, tapi dia kena at least dia kena make sure dia datang himself fit. I heard some of the quotes mengatakan dia datang dia tak fit in terms of badan dia tak se-fit yang sepatutnya yang diharapkan oleh Erik ten Hag lah, tu je lah.
okay, the end is near. Kambing 7, coming 7. Falling asleep
Sorry,
okay.
multitasking.
The next comment, all right. I think if just say there's a reunion dinner of the 2008-2009 squad, right, Ronaldo won't be invited lah, right? So basically he's making enemies with every single of his ex-teammates lah, right? So this one particular statement is towards Wayne Rooney, right? I don't know why he criticizes me so badly. Probably because he finished his career and I'm still playing at a high level. I'm not going to say I'm looking better than him, which is true. Okay, so what's your take on that? He's body shaming and how to say, in a way, talking about Wayne Rooney.
I mean,
Rooney
is that even necessary? Is that even necessary, Ronaldo? Come on, Ronnie. I was going to name my first kid after you, man. Is that even necessary to say things like that? Rooney is coming from a place of love also at the same time, because he cares about the club. This will not fly during their era at their pomp. That's for sure. And Ronaldo is proving that as a, as currently one of the most senior players in the team, and then he goes on and do this kind of nonsense. Do you think Rooney, when we came up with the team with Ronaldo, seeing that kind of thing, obviously he will say something, and then Ronaldo to get that kind of chat, it's not even necessary, man. Come on, man. It's so childish from him. Again, I say from Ronaldo, no one is bigger than the football team. I said in my last video so as well. He can go and Manchester United will survive. That's all I can say about that. But once again, I say, let's watch the full video before we make the full criticism of it, because I hope we do another video once the full video is released, and then we can, because we've never heard of, you see, Piers Morgan is a freaking snake. He knows he's going to get a rile out, he's going to sell more stories and going to get more buzz by pointing the finger at Manchester United, especially the manager right now, and creating tension between Ronaldo and manager. So he knows it's going to sell pay-per-views for his interview. But once again, let's wait for the full interview, because he's probably going to say something about the Glazers, and that one we all agree that something wrong somewhere. But with back to your question, I'm with Rooney on that part. At the end of the day, we all know Rooney is a bigger legend at United than Ronaldo. Ronaldo is probably the greatest player that ever put on a red shirt, but Rooney has contributed way more than us, and I'm proud to say that when it comes to thick and thin, I'll probably have Rooney in my team any given day. So yeah, Rooney, I'm with you on this one.
Okay, and then I think he go on to saying about the fans, the United fans and whatnot. He loves the fans and whatnot. So this is why he's giving this interview, because he thinks it's the right time to speak his mind. Alright, so Jai, berdasarkan apa yang Ronaldo cakap tu lah. Okay, of course full interview belum keluar lagi, but setakat apa yang kita nampak sekarang ni, you rasa dia boleh kembali semula kepada Manchester United sebagai seorang legend tak? I mean, berdasarkan apa yang dia cakap tu.
Kalau ikutkan part 1 memang tak payah lah. Memang tak payah kembali lah. Kalau part 1 lah. But then I pernah cakap, tadi lah I pernah cakap maybe ada plot twist. So berkemungkinan kalau plot twist tu dia kita nampak the part 2 dia lain, maybe dia boleh kembali kepada United. Tapi kalau nak ikutkan apa yang kita nampak daripada wawancara tadi tu, memang Erik Ten Hag pernah bagi tahu sebelum ni Ronaldo akan speak out, cakap something. Tapi kita tak tahu apa yang dia cakap. So hari ni kita tahu apa benda yang dia nak cakap. Tapi dia ada part 1, ada part 2, dan apa yang dia berjumpa dengan wawancara tu tadi, Mamat tu pun memang kita tahu dia memang daripada dulu dia macam apa orang kata, cakap benda lain, keluar benda lain kan. So for me, kalau fan ambil bulat-bulat benda yang part 1 tadi dah tak tunggu part 2, so maybe dia tak payah kembali lah. Macam I cakap tadi, dia punya time dekat United dah boleh kira packing barang semua, boleh gerak lah. Pasal kita nampak Erik Ten Hag lebih fokus pada apa yang Ronaldo boleh buat dengan apa Ronaldo tak boleh buat. Kalau kau tak boleh buat something, kau duduk bench lah. Tapi kalau kau rasa kau nak lebih daripada tu, kau kena tunjuk something lah. Tapi kalau kita tengok, macam you all semua guys nampak, Ronaldo layak ke untuk bermain dengan United sekarang, dengan performance dia yang sekarang ni? Siapa-siapa pun cakap lah Ronaldo. Kalau you pergi tanya Real Madrid, kau tolong beli Cristiano Ronaldo balik, dia orang pun tak nak. Sebab Ronaldo sekarang umur berapa? Nak berlari, kita tengok performance dia lah. This is not about performance lah. Bukan pasal dia nama besar ke apa, tak. Performance dia. Macam semalam kalau dia adakah dia boleh membantu kita ataupun tidak?
Correct. Good point. Good point. Okay, Mark, there are news coming up from reliable sources saying that Erik Ten Hag is super pissed off, all right? Some of the United teammates, they feel dejected and shocked with what Ronaldo actually said. So how do you think that this is going to affect the dressing room? And I'm not sure whether Erik Ten Hag actually have access to the full interview. I believe somehow they should. So probably he have seen the whole shebang of it. So what's your take on that? How is it going to affect our team, Manchester United, right now?
Yeah, I think it's going to have quite a negative impact, but it's good that it's into the World Cup break as well, so lah, right? Because everybody's going to go off on a break. But I hope before they go off on a break, I think this is where Ten Hag money is made lah. This is where he makes his money lah, right? This is where he needs to really pull out his managerial head, right? What would you do as Ten Hag now then? If I was Ten Hag, right, before the players go off, I would just call them into a meeting first, right? Put them at ease, settle them, and tell them like, stick to the plan, stick to the goal. This is our dream, or this is what we have to work towards. They have to, because that's why, like I said earlier, we are in a rebuilding phase, right? And this is when we are like at our most vulnerable. And the last thing we need, right, is all this unnecessary media coverage, lah. Yeah. To hell with it, lah. Maybe it's true as well, whatever Ronaldo say about the Glazers and stuff like that. Yeah, great, fine and dandy, lah. But is that what we really need right now? In the middle of the season, smack right going into the whole Christmas period and everything is always the most crucial period during the season as well. So,
but Mark,
right.
Don't you think also it's very calculated on his part as well? He did it before.
Yes,
yeah.
Definitely. That's why it's so baffling.
Yeah. And Piers Morgan, I tell you, I blame that bloody idiot, man. Piers Morgan is the one that set all this up. I tell you that.
No, I tell you,
Ronaldo approached Piers Morgan.
Yeah, I can tell you. I'm
the
quite
Sun,
sure.
and he approached the Sun.
He's like, come on, like,
press ever.
I'm quite sure
You
because
you watch the movie Inception, right? You watch the movie Inception when they plant seeds in the head. You see what Piers Morgan has been saying. He obviously is messaging Ronaldo and said, "Oh, when you want to come and fan, come, we can talk about it. I can give you an avenue." Guarantee.
No lah, but Piers
guys,
Morgan, even before Ronaldo, you see he interviewed a lot of very controversial people. People like Kanye, people who have been cancelled by the internet lah, right? People have been cancelled. Yeah.
But Mark and also Ayrton, all right. But if you have an elite mentality like Cristiano Ronaldo, shouldn't you shouldn't fall into this type of trap, this kind of media kind of publicity and whatnot.
Siapa yang bisik kat telinga dia? Who's the one that's speaking in his ear and
It's
saying,
not Piers' fault. Piers milking it.
Yeah.
Piers is definitely milking it.
Yeah.
I agree, right? But I think Ronaldo. That's why I always share this. I don't know how many of you are Batman fans or things like that. But Two-Face had a very good quote.
Yeah.
You either die a hero or you live long enough to see yourself become a villain. That's what Ronaldo has become. He essentially basically lived out what Two-Face has said already lah. Yeah, right. But back to this is like I said, I think Ten Hag needs to control the dressing room now lah. He really has to pull them in, reel them in, and tell them like, stick to the plan, stick to the goal, keep your eyes on the dream, right? And then he has to deal with Ronaldo lah. This is basically a career limiting move lah. I don't see how Ronaldo is going to continue to play after the World Cup as well. Also, honestly.
Right.
Maybe this is his last contribution for Manchester United, in the sense whereby this one is going to Pijal. Pijal, I'm talking to you, right, Pijal? Right, last contribution to Manchester United. Tahu lah, member dah tua, tak boleh main 100% kapanan. So dia cuba untuk membantu dari segi keluarkan benda kontroversi ini, alright, which will affect the share prices of Manchester United, turunkan harga share price. Glazers in a way diorang struggle dan terpaksa jual Manchester United kepada new owner. Do you think there will be somehow something like that in this? Again, we are speculating lah, but then I'm trying to get some inputs here lah.
Yeah, betul. But then, yeah, there's maybe part of it. But that one is for me lah, 10% of the job lah. But then you still a player of the football club. You should focus everything, your energy, your mindset, your focus, your everything lah about yourself. Focus what's happening on the pitch. Kalau you tak main, you help your team members to perform, to play better, give your experience to these players. Not suddenly in the middle of the season, you're still a player tau. You're still a player. Kalau you nak condemn this club, after you playing, after you left the club, after you maybe kena jual ke ataupun after you dah retired ke, I okay kalau you nak condemn the club. But you are still playing, you are still an employee tau. Macam I lah kutuk JomUnited masa jadi panel. I pergi kat public, I beritahu, macam ni, you pun tak suka kan? But then that's the thing lah. Maksudnya macam like, whatever happens inside the club, if you're still an employee of the club, should have kept it inside the club. You tak perlu nak pergi interview some wartawan mana-mana kan? Tak payah. Benda tu should have kept it in the club. Bagi tahu je, kalau you nak expose, you expose je within the club. Tapi bila you dah habis main dengan klub tu, baru you boleh cakap, okay, patutnya macam ni mentality tak betul because of this. Sejak saya
tulis buku lah. Tulis buku kan boleh buat.
Documentary.
Alright, Eriton. One, okay, Jai nak tambah. Jai, sila.
Macam Peja cakap kan, Juan Mata, Sebastian Schweinsteiger semua duduk dekat bench apa semua, Phil Jones. Diorang tak ada pun buat benda yang macam apa yang Ronaldo buat. The point is apa agenda dia buat sampai macam ni, and then dia jumpa pula dengan orang yang tak sepatutnya lah untuk diwawancara kan. Carilah orang lain. Kenapa dia? So dekat sini ada point kenapa Ronaldo buat macam ni. Takkan Ronaldo nak pergi nak merosakkan nama dia as a legend dekat United, and then dia buat interview yang macam-macam ni yang kita dengar ni, apa yang kita nampak ni. So kenapa kau tak boleh jadi macam player-player yang sebelum-sebelum ni? Sebastian Schweinsteiger tu berapa lama duduk dekat bench, Phil Jones tak ada pun buat interview.
Mungkin one example kita boleh nampak ni Paul Pogba lah. Even though during his playing career kan 6 years main kat United, I don't think lah there's a one time mana Ronaldo Pogba cakap buruk pasal the club ke, ataupun I don't know, I mungkin ingat, mungkin ada tapi mungkin I tak ingat. But then suddenly there's Ronaldo yang boleh pergi jumpa wawancara orang luar cakap pasal buruk pasal club ni. I something that I tak gemal. I'm okay they could criticize about the Glazers but not criticizing your own manager lah. Tu je. My issue is on that.
Setuju.
Even so kan Bijal kan, not the middle of the freaking season lah.
Yes.
If you talk then okay lah. We're still going through the season. We are slowly rebuilding. We have had some good results. Suddenly kau pergi cakap benda macam ni. And also, it's not a sanctioned interview by the football club. It's not football club. No, Ronaldo. No, people say Ronaldo has really, his ego has gone to his head. That's how I feel. So over the years, we all know how great he was. Apa manifesto anda sekarang?
I think dia makan ubat ke apa ke, maybe lah.
Jangan.
Dia kena jampi Pogba bro.
Coca-Cola pun dia tak minum bro. Coca-Cola pun dia tak minum, alright. So
this is what I feel lah. Ronaldo really wants to get sacked. Ronaldo really wants his contract terminated. And I think this is a way to get it. That's what I feel also sometimes.
Yes. Yeah. You can see the trend. You can see the trend. Early of the season dia tak nak.
This is only way out.
Ya betul. Maksud dia betul. Even though masa we're playing well against Spurs pun, he wants the media talk about him. Dia pergi gerak awal. Then suddenly this interview kan. So macam kita kata lah, this is maybe the he wants to leave the club lah, because tapi tak ada club yang nak beli dia kan. So ini je lah cara dia kot.
Okay.
Konspirasi lah.
Mark, my question. Alright. So I mean, regardless of whatever happens in the 90-minute interview or 90-minute interview, whatever happens, do you think that this will actually set an example, a bad example to the young players? Okay, knowing that if just say you can't get things your way, go to social media, go to some kind of like what press or something and express your frustrations there and whatnot. Do you think that eventually there will be players, maybe who knows, Ilenga, Garnacho and whatnot, doing this in the future?
Yeah, I mean, it's definitely a possibility, right? But I guess it comes also with the fame and the ego that Ronaldo brings with him, right? With ego and everything. But I read somewhere as well, and again, of course, I don't know how true is this, right? But apparently, why Garnacho doesn't have a space in the dressing room is because he hasn't shown very good attitude. Supposedly, I don't know if you all read it, right? And Ten Hag say no, you want a spot in the dressing room, you earn it. So you see, we need to have managers like Ten Hag, you see, like Ferguson as well. The no BS kind of manager. Like, bro, you're here to play football. You want to go and muck about. Remember last time how Ferguson used to whack geeks and all for going out, for partying, night out and everything. You will hantam them, cow. That's the kind of discipline that they need to instill, you see. And I said this many times before. Most of the players we had, or still have some, don't want to play for the badge. The match that we lost to Aston Villa, we shouldn't even be losing that type of matches, And we came off a good run. We came off a winning streak to go and lose so horribly. Because these buggers don't even want to play football. Every other club, you look at Newcastle, you look at what Almiron said, I'm here to play football, I'm here to play for my family, I'm here to play for Newcastle. I also Bulu also stand there, I tell you.
You also tear lah. You tear like how
Ronaldo. Man. When was the last time a United player said that way?
You also tear Jack Grealish.
Jack Grealish fell tear because he go and talk shit about Almiron. But when was the last time a United player said that? Anthony come to the club, so I'm so proud I get to play alongside Ronaldo. Screw that shit. You should be proud that you be. Yeah, we should sign Almiron. You should be proud that you're playing for United. You should be proud that you're playing for the badge, not because you're playing alongside Ronaldo. You see, that's the rot that we have in the club and probably still have. And I think some players also are still there causing the rot, right? So Ten Hag, I think, is definitely a good manager. He's definitely there to put in the discipline. Yes, there's a chance that the young players may follow, but back to the manager. You want to play punk with me? You want to play a fool? You want to think that you're bigger than the club? Get out. But the thing is, these people have to think as well. Sorry, Adam, last one. You do stupid shit like that, right? You affect your future prospect as well. So which other club want to sign you down the road next time?
True.
You know.
I forgot. Okay, because enough of the Ronaldo talk. Okay, because basically this is part one, right? Once But I missed out one important thing. Okay, Manchester United Fulham man of the match. Let's do a round robin. Ericsson, man of the match.
Ericsson.
Pijal, man of the match.
Ericsson,
I think. Yeah, I think Ericsson, and a special mention to Nacho Libre.
Nacho Libre. Pijal, Ericsson juga, Pijal.
Ericsson, yes.
All right, Jai, man of the match.
Garnacho.
And Mark, man of the match.
Nobody want to say Dia, is it? I saw him put in a couple of good saves. I mean, in all fairness, he put in a couple of good saves, right? And then the Dan James goal, I'm not going to blame De Gea, it can't be helped, but I would actually say De Gea, and I'm not trying to win favors with Dog, by the way.
Same. Because I think if it's not because of De Gea, we would have lost that game.
Yes, honestly, yes.
3 points.
Yeah.
Okay, so guys, we're at the end of the episode. All right, thanks so much for joining us. Like usual, please like, share, subscribe, and panels. Can I have a final C? All right, we'll never know because after this, if the full interview comes out, if it turns sour, we'll never do a C again. All right, so let's just let's remain positive. All right, ready? 1, 2, C.
Part 1.